Thank you for joining us on the Criterion Lowdown. I'm Brandon Thompson.
And I'm Carly Jo Hanley.
We start tonight with the arrest of 3 CMU students, all in the same incident.
CMU student Brandon Malik, Butler, turned himself into the Grand Junction Police Department November 2nd as the third suspect in the September 13th assault of 33-year-old Zachary Lane. Butler joins Marquise Deshawn Evans and Jeffrey Toney, who were arrested November 1st and charged with second-degree assault. All 3 suspects face second-degree assault charges and are CMU students, with Butler residing as the president of Black Student Alliance within CMU's Culture Diversity Board. Brittany Malignant, the student director of CDB, has stated the temporary absence of Brandon weighs heavy on their hearts. He was a wonderful young man who is a motivated hard worker and has always brought life and energy to the work environment the past 11 months that he has worked with CDB. On September 13th, Lane was found unconscious and bleeding in front of the 413th Main Street and was taken to St. Mary's Hospital with life-threatening injuries. After studying downtown surveillance cameras, Grand Junction Police Department discovered the 3 students running down an alley at the same time of the assault. They then arrested Evans and Toney and issued a warrant for Butler. Mesa County Crime Stoppers offered a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest, according to an October 17th post on Grand Junction Police Department website. Police questioned Butler and Toney, who claimed to have been in the area at the time of the incident. Butler originally stated he was not involved. Shortly after, a judge issued a search warrant of their home. Officers found clothes that matched those of the subject in surveillance. Lane has been released from the hospital. He claims he doesn't know anyone who matches a description of the suspects and doesn't recall having an argument with anyone recently. BSA currently has no plans for hiring a new coordinator and is watching for a decision from the school board concerning Butler's enrollment before making future plans for the organization. BSA's assistant coordinator, David Jenkins, has taken over leadership of the group for the time being. Malignant said the entire Cultural Diversity Board hopes and crosses their fingers that he is judged justly, and they love him with all their hearts. Now it's time for an update on ASG.
This week they are meeting on the Montrose campus where their campus Senator Francesca Scott alerted the rest of the Senate that due to the lack of building security, vandalism on campus, campus lighting, and strangers sauntering around, the students feel unsafe. The ideas of blue lights to make more illuminated areas on campus were mulled over, as well as solutions. The discussion on safety lasted over an hour before Adrian Barlow said instead of making suggestions, they need to make legislation so the Senate can actually act.
Once it got around to legislation, ASG saw 4 bills, 2 of them by law changes. ASG 1428 and 1429, a proposal finally came in 1430. This requested $10,000 from the transportation to purchase 50 MAV bikes for the on-campus program. Senators voiced concerns with repair costs, theft of bikes, and the outflow of money continuing to go to the outdoor program. The bill passed 24-0.
Finally, 1431, again related to MAV bikes, after passing 23-1, $3,000 will be taken from the Student Control Reserve Fund for a storage facility for the new bikes. The unit will be located off 7th Street near campus and will be made of recycled shipping containers. Now, I can't stand when I'm walking on campus and I see the sprinklers watering the sidewalk. It's like we're in the desert anyway. Why you gotta waste water like that?
Right? Well, Chevron Energy was hired to audit the school's energy use, and it's part of the Colorado River Basin Forum that was at the University Center last week.
Now, Chevron gave most of that money back, donating $5,000 to the CMU's Water Center. Chevron collected raw data on energy, heating, and water use on campus. One of their suggestions was the sprinkler system. To combat its inefficiency, the school plans on syncing all 50 switches with just one switch. So say that it rains. The grass doesn't need water, so instead of facilities running around to all 50 valves, they just have to flip one. Now that's kind of nice. Now, even though the expansion on Tomlinson Library is already underway, CMU held a groundbreaking ceremony early on Wednesday morning to celebrate the construction of such a significant building.
Members of the community and university, along with the Board of Trustees, gathered outside the library around 8 a.m. in anticipation of the dirt turning, which represented the growth of Colorado Mesa University. The board felt the library is a big deal for both students and community members. Dan Robinson, chairman of the Board of Trustees, explained how this symbolizes the future, because we live in a world where technology is extremely powerful. The ceremony involved the board and Tomlinson Library Director Sylvia Rail lining up with shovels and hard hats outside the library. They simultaneously dug into the dirt to signify the start of construction. President Tim Foster stated, "Not only is the construction exciting, it's exciting that we are only going to be out of that building for a fairly short period of time. Only for one semester. The library is expected to be finished by September of 2015. Once it's done, there will be more room for students, better computer labs, and a new dining area. All this is to allow space for the growing number of students attending the university, and the library will remain open until December 12th. Once it closes, students will be able to request the materials they need online. The materials will be delivered to one of 3 locations on campus, depending on their type. There will also be 4th location where archives and special collections will be kept. A lot of work, time, and money is being put into this new building. All the board can hope for is the future students will take full advantage of their new resources." Thanks for watching the Criterion Lowdown, and make it a great day, Mavericks.
That's right.